Evie for Banded, and today I'm here with the talented Erin Coburn for a lovely interview. We are at the scenic Alt Park in Cincinnati today. It's a beautiful day. I'm really excited to be sitting here with Erin today and chatting with you. Thank you so much for taking some time to chat with me today. We're really excited to have you. So I saw you a few weeks ago performing at Fountain Square. You did an awesome job. That showed up for your 20th birthday.
Yep.
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
You got to perform a live show on your 20th birthday. How cool is that?
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's literally all I wanted for my birthday was to perform.
That's awesome. That's so cool. So for anyone who hasn't yet listened to you, introduce yourselves and give us your best elevator speech, like who you are, what you're about, what you strive to achieve in music, etc.
Okay. So my name is Erin Coburn. I am a 20-year-old rock artist. I've been touring and playing shows since I was 12. I'm a guitarist, vocalist, bass player, and I'm a songwriter, producer, and audio engineer as well. So I try to do a little bit of everything. It's good to be well-rounded in the industry.
Yeah.
I've got 3 original albums out and 2 singles, and making more.
That's awesome. That is so cool. Yeah, everyone who has not listened to Erin yet, give her a listen. She is so talented, such a prodigy. I am so down to just promote you all the time. Seriously. So you've been playing guitar for nearly your whole life. Was there a specific moment when you realized, I love doing this and I want to make this a career?
So it was actually, for the longest time I thought I was going to be a neurobiologist. That was my plan, was to be in neurobiology.
Yeah.
And then I got like my 3rd guitar teacher. I went through like 2 guitar teachers before that, and we just did not click. Like I didn't want to listen to them. They would give me things to do, and I didn't want to do them. I was a horrible student. So I got my 3rd guitar teacher. His name's John Riddell. He's actually Cincinnati local.
Nice.
And he kind of inspired me to want to do this like full time as a profession, because he brought me to some of his shows.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, you can do this as like a full-time job, like this is amazing. And then that's kind of like where it just took off from there, because I was like, all right, I'm gonna pursue this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's so cool. That's really awesome. So you've released 3 all-original albums full of your own material over the past several years. How do you feel your sound and lyrical content has changed since your first album and as you've matured as an artist?
It definitely has matured.
Yeah.
Well, my first album, I talked about like a lot of things going on in like I think it was middle school, honestly. Yeah, in middle school, so like 8th grade year.
Right.
Yeah,
we changed a lot through 8th grade.
Yes,
and
from
like
8th
20
grade
years
to being
old.
20 years old.
Right.
There's a big difference in that.
Yes.
So definitely it's more mature content. It's not like totally vulgar, but just I feel like I've become more confident in like who I am and like what I'm trying to do like with my life and you know how I interact with certain people. So and of course new experiences as you get older.
Right,
So,
right, definitely.
More things to write about.
Sound changes.
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
That makes a lot of sense. So my next question for you. In addition to writing, playing, and recording all your own music, you also touched on this a little bit. You're a certified audio engineer and producer, which is so badass. Women in STEM, we love to hear it. So tell me more about your experience getting your certification and what it was like for you.
So I never thought I would get a sort of certification in audio engineering, but then COVID hit, of course, and I was like, all right, I can't be touring during the winter because, like, one, there's a pandemic going on, you know, so it's like, I can't, we're not going to tour, we're not going to do that. So I was like, what am I going to do during the winter? Well, I took a small little course on production and, you know, like engineering and stuff for like a month, and I'm like, I love this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
So then I was like, you know what? I am going to go to, well, the place that I recorded my 2nd album in Cleveland, they have a certification program. It's 3 months long, and it's super intense. So I was like, oh, they have that. Like, I'll just go do that during the winter. So I decided to go there and get that done, and it was amazing. I went with my drummer, who's also my best friend, and we got it together. So it was kind of like we roomed together, and you know, we became a lot closer as like a band, you know, like band members. Awesome. But at the same time, we learned a lot. So it's awesome.
That's so cool. It's really good to be self-sufficient in the industry, especially when you're an up-and-coming artist and you're learning how to do your own stuff. That's really awesome. So I'm really excited to hear that. That's so cool. And also, like, with COVID happening and everything, and tours not happening over the winter, so many of us are bored. I was just working a ton, so I hear that. So that was definitely a good time to pick up a skill or a trade or learn something new. You're like, well, we're all bored, we're stuck at home, there's no concerts or nothing, so let's just learn a skill, let's get a certification. That's a great way to spend the time. So in a previous interview, you said that you feel being a woman in the music industry comes with challenges. 40-something years ago, badass girl guitarists like Joan Jett got told girls can't play electric guitars. What would be your response if someone told you this statement today? And what's your encouragement for any girl guitarists who strive to do what you do?
someone has told me that today. many people have actually. It's mainly online because, like, you know, like it's
trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I would just not listen to them. I mean, like, I mean, you just don't need to give them a response, you know. And it's like, it's kind of like this thing. Like yesterday, I was answering Facebook comments on this live stream that I did. And Facebook maxes out on comments you can answer a day. So, like, whenever I go live on Facebook, I try to answer as many comments as possible before it, you know, says, oh, you've spammed, you can't do it anymore.
Right.
So, some of those comments, a couple of them were, you know, people like, oh, like, for a girl, she plays okay guitar, and, like, things like that. And I'm like, well, I can respond to all of the, you know, really positive comments, or I can take this comment and then I take away from a positive comment I could have responded to, you know, in that time, you know. Like, so I feel like you shouldn't really give them the time of day, you know. And it's not really worth it.
Yeah.
And, women can play guitar no matter what people say.
Right.
And you don't play guitar with your genitalia. Just say.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, it's crazy that she got told that like 40-something years ago, back then in the 70s, and then, you know, here we are in 2021, and women still get told that.
Yeah.
Women who strive to earn the same respect as men in this male-dominated industry. Music is a very male-dominated industry, so I have so much respect for anyone who does what you do. And also, sorry, I lost my place here.
No, you're good.
Yeah, so it's just crazy to think about. I mean, it's such a closed-minded kind of thing to say.
Yes.
It's like, just expand your mind, expand your horizons. We can do whatever you can do.
Yeah,
we can do anything. That's,
I mean,
and if I can play guitar as well as you, I would just rip my guitar out of my mom and be like, yeah, I can. Look at me. Look at me go.
Exactly.
So that's that on that. So who would be your dream musical collab and why?
There's so many, and I feel like I'm gonna say one, then tomorrow I'll be like, oh, I should have said.
Yeah.
But the first person that comes to mind is Gary Clark Jr.
Oh yeah.
I love Gary Clark Jr. I think he's so versatile, and like people put him in the genre of blues rock, but he just put out an album that has like reggae on it and like hip hop on it, and like, so many different genres. I'm like, that's amazing. Like, he's not being stuck in a box. He still has his own sound. But like he can do so many different things with that sound.
Right.
So,
and that reminds me of something that you said in a previous interview as well. You've said before that you play feelings, not genres.
Yes.
So you guys would make such a beautiful musical fusion together, and that he also plays feelings, not genres.
Absolutely.
He says, I am not confined to one genre. I can do what I want. And you do the same thing. I hear so many different genres in your music because you said it yourself, you play feelings and not genres.
Yes.
And that's the best way to not confine yourself to one, because then you can have so many more horizons and reach so many more people that way. If you're like, well, I'm not just this one genre, I play this and this and this as well. I am my own musical fusion.
Yes. Well, very well said. You could not have said that.
Yeah, Gary Clark Jr. would be a wonderful collab. That would be so cool to see happen. I mean, I have so many musical collabs that I would love to do as well, so I definitely feel you on that. So, as a guitarist, do you have an all-time favorite or just current favorite guitar solo?
Oh gosh.
There's so many.
There are so many. On While My Guitar Gently Weeps, the Prince solo on that, or anything that Tim Henson has done, to be honest, from Polyphia. He's like paved like a whole new sound in the guitar world, and I watch all of his guitar solos on YouTube, and they're just like, they're mind-blowing. Like, they're so cool.
That's awesome.
So I would probably say that.
Nice. I have a lot of favorites too, I feel you.
Like what?
Oh man, well, November Rain by Guns N' Roses. I sang that song in a show once, and that's always been a favorite solo. I don't know, any of the like classic rock solos for me, but I mean, you've done some awesome solos. You've created some awesome solos too. So I've got to say, some of my favorite solos are Erin Coburn solos.
Thank you.
Proud to say it. You are very welcome. So outside of music, you're a fitness junkie. You love to go to the gym and work out. I see you on your stories. You're getting those gains. It's pretty motivating for me too. I'm trying to do the same thing myself.
Yes.
So
Heck yes.
Heck yeah. So do you feel that keeping up a consistent exercise regimen has made you a better performer and guitar player?
100%. I studied under Judy Stakey. She's a songwriting coach, and she was a songwriter and worked at Warner Chapel, and she worked for Katy Perry a lot, and she was always saying, like, take care of your body, like make sure that your body's a temple. If you don't feel good, you're not gonna write good things. Yeah. Like that's like, not that you need to write positive things, but like just the potential that you have is a lot stronger when you feel like your best. Yeah. So I try to live through that. And you know, also I lift all my own gear for shows, so
Yeah.
I have to have like the roadie body.
Right. That makes sense.
Yes.
That makes a ton of sense. Yeah, I was curious because you're always at the gym, you're always working out.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do the same thing myself, so I can definitely see how that can have a correlation there. I feel
Absolutely.
like, I mean, our bodies, they are our vessels.
Yeah.
And especially for musicians and singers, you know, we gotta take care of ourselves
Definitely.
to put our best quality work out. You can write about whatever you like, but if you take care of yourself, you can perform at your best.
Exactly.
And there are so many things you can accomplish. So that's really inspiring for me to hear.
Yes.
That's super cool.
Definitely.
So this is a question I ask everybody I interview. I'm always curious to know, if you were stranded on a deserted island, it always starts that
I love
way,
the intro of that.
for a week, with only food, water, and a vinyl player, what 3 vinyl records would you bring to keep you entertained?
Oh my goodness. B.B. King. Anything by B.B. King. I have actually a lot of his records at home. This one is a newer artist, but they have vinyl out. I'd say Cage the Elephant.
Oh, I love Cage the Elephant.
I love Cage. It's so
Yeah.
good. And Aretha Franklin. Yeah.
3 great picks.
Yeah. Probably that would
Great
be the
picks.
picks.
That would keep me entertained too. There's always interesting answers. Everybody that I interview, we get so many diverse responses with this. The last artist I interviewed, I think they said primarily metal. Primarily metal and rock. And it's cool to hear, you know, you got somebody with some blues and soul in there, so it's always different. It's cool to hear.
If you're stranded somewhere, you're gonna want something that's not just the same thing, you know?
Right. Something to keep you entertained. I feel like some of
Exactly.
the best vinyls that you could listen to in that scenario are ones that you can keep coming back to and hear something different every
Timeless.
time.
Yes.
Timeless.
Exactly.
Something you're like, wait, I didn't hear this last time. I didn't hear this last time. That could always work. That could always work. So my last question for you today: what is your #1 goal that you hope to achieve in your musical career within the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, my #1 goal.
Don't want me to put you on the spot?
I'd like to put some more songs in the charts.
Yeah.
Whether they be mine or if I write for other people. Yeah, I would like to do that, and then also establish my recording studio.
Yeah.
I'm building in the next year. I'm trying to build my recording studio and house on my parents' property.
Yeah.
So that way, you know, like when I'm at home off tour, I can, you know, engineer other people's albums or engineer my own and things like that.
Yeah. That's awesome. I've seen about how you have your own home studio, which is so cool. I would love to have the same thing as a singer myself. That is so cool. How long did that take you to build? Like,
well, right now it's just because we're actually moving. I moved houses in like a week, but right now it's just a room with a console in it, and then my MacBook, and then I've got like all of the gear and stuff like that. But it's pretty disarrayed at the moment.
Yeah.
But
as moving is.
Yes. As far as the construction goes, I mean, I'm planning on it not taking longer than a year. It's gonna be like not huge, but it'll be pretty good size. But trying to move it as fast as possible so I can get working.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. Well. All right, that's, I don't want to say that's all the time we have, because we have all the time in the world, but is there anything that you'd like to plug, or any future projects or announcements or shows you want to announce for everybody that's listening?
Yeah. Well, all of my shows are on my website, erincoburn.com. That's ERINCOBURN.com. And also on my Facebook page and Instagram, I post shows and behind-the-scenes things. It's Erin Coburn Official. And my
You're
YouTube.
on TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok too.
Yes.
TikTok is Hen Official. It's different because I post different things on there. So it's just HEN Official. And then my YouTube is Erin Coburn Official as well. So I post a lot of content. I go live every week on Facebook. This week I'm going live 3 times.
Ooh, hustling.
Yes, hustling. So yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Thank you.
It has been a pleasure talking to you on this beautiful, beautiful day, beautiful sunny day. I'm Evie for Banded. Thank you all for watching. Have a rockin' day.